right, folks, as promised, we are joined and about to be joined by Ann Romney. You know her as the wife of Mitt Romney, of course, a former presidential candidate, former governor. And she has written a book that is so very important and so moving, and it's called In This Together, My Story. And we welcome in Ann Romney. Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to see you here. Okay, talk about the title, In This Together.
In This Together.
Why? It talks about your struggles
right.
with MS.
Well, there's two levels to the thought of the book of In This Together. My husband and I were in this together as this personal struggle. But I also like to think, and the reason I wrote this book, is the thousands of people that I met on the campaign trail that were suffering. And not necessarily just suffering from multiple sclerosis, but suffering from some kind of loss, some grievous thing in their life. Either it might have been unemployment, whatever, they were really, really suffering. And I like to say that in life, none of us escape pain, none of us escape grief, and none of us escape difficulties. And my approach, my little brief encounter with this horrible disease taught me a lot. But what it mostly taught me is that it broke me down to the point where it cracked my heart open and left me so compassionate for others that are struggling. And I wanted to give this message as a message of hope, that your life can be tough, things can be difficult, but we can be in this together, and that we need to embrace one another and help one another. So I wanted it to write about the hope, and obviously I've started something called the Ann Romney Center for Neurologic Disease, which not only addresses multiple sclerosis, but Alzheimer's, ALS, Parkinson's, and brain tumors. It'll be under one roof, 250 scientists and researchers in Boston, at Brigham and Women's Hospital, that will be studying these 5 neurologic diseases that are devastating, affect 50 million people worldwide. So it's important.
And proceeds from the book, a portion of them go
my proceeds all go to the research.
That's
and they
great.
don't go to the buildings or anything else. They go to the research
itself.
So it's so important.
So the title, you know, at first glance you would say In This Together, and going through what you went through, which is all so wonderfully described in this book, and it's such a moving account of what you've been through. You think In This Together, me and Mitt, or me and the family, but you're talking about people who may not have a significant other, who might feel alone, how it's a community of people.
It is a community, and I have something called hashtag 50 million faces, which I welcome anyone that is suffering from neurologic disease to go to and tell their story. It's an amazing website, and it's drawn thousands of people already, and it's a way to share. And I'll tell you what, people are amazing. People have it. I feel like I have it. I got brushed by this. I got affected by it. I was very sick for a while. I'm well now. But there are some people that are absolutely amazing, that are doing extraordinary things despite what difficulties they face in life.
You're a person of faith. Do you believe that you were put in this position and touched, unfortunately, by this disease, and good has come out of it?
Well, I don't think that God struck me and thought this was something good. I think life has its vicissitudes, and I happen to be, in the pathway of whatever that was. I don't think any of us escape pain in this life, so no, I don't particularly think. But
you have turned it into
good.
But
I hope I have.
Absolutely you have, yes.
And I want this to be a message of hope, and that there really is a community there that's there for people that are suffering.
Let me ask you a couple of questions here. We have another presidential race underway. What do you think of the fact that Trump, Carson, and Fiorina seem to be the front runners for the Republicans? What does that say about the political landscape in this country?
Well, I think it's a very good indication of an emotional place that people are in this country. I think that it is a sense of frustration. So it's a mood, and that mood is being represented by people that are representing the frustrations that all of the voters feel. And I think if you look at the other side, the same thing is happening. It's not unique to the Republican Party. And
Bernie Sanders over Hillary.
Yeah, it's extraordinary. This is an election cycle like we've never seen before. So there's definitely something going on in this country, and we should not ignore the fact that there is something going on.
Is there a fair media in this country?
Well,
Because I'll tell you my opinion, absolutely not, and I talk about it every day.
You know, it's interesting. Mitt and I obviously went through 2 presidentials,
Right.
you know, and had the nomination in one, so we went the whole 9 yards in one. Did I ever feel like we were being treated fairly? Of course, never. I mean, it's because
Right.
I wanted...
Beyond the natural instinct not to feel that way, do you believe the media is slanted against Republicans and conservatives?
You know, it's interesting if you talk to the individual reporters that we actually end up having respect for on some levels, but they are very different politically. Yeah. They don't think they are.
Right, they'll admit that, some of them.
But they don't think they are.
Yeah.
And so when we try to point out some of their biases or everything else, it's like I think they're a little stunned by it.
Right.
So it's even if we are all knowing that it's unfair and it may be tilted, it's like they don't think it's the case. So.
The book, In This Together, an amazing story, an amazing woman, and thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for all the good you have done. All right, folks, we're coming back with more of the show. Don't go away.